It started on a Tuesday, a rainy Tuesday, the kind of day that makes you feel particularly small and alone in a big city. I was standing under a meager awning, watching the downpour turn the street into a blurry watercolor. That's when I saw him. He had a violet umbrella, not purple, but a deep, almost bruised violet. It stood out against the gray. He was tall, with kind eyes and a smile that seemed to promise warmth. There was something mysterious about him, an air of quiet confidence that drew me in instantly. He stopped beside me, tilting the umbrella just enough to offer shelter. He didn't say much at first, just a simple question about the rain. That small gesture felt enormous in the moment. It was a simple offer of shared space, but it felt like an invitation into something more. Things moved quickly after that, faster than I had ever experienced. It felt like a whirlwind, a sudden, intense connection that swept me off my feet. Adrian seemed perfect. He was attentive, charming, and always knew the right thing to say. He listened intently when I spoke. He remembered everything, small details I'd forgotten I'd even mentioned. My favorite childhood book, the street I grew up on, the name of my grandmother's cat. It felt incredible to be seen like that, to have someone pay such close attention, to feel truly cherished for the first time. On the 28th day, he told me he loved me. Just like that, out of the blue. My heart hammered against my ribs. It was too soon, too fast. The words felt heavy, overwhelming. I couldn't say them back. Not yet. That's when the shift began. What he called love quickly morphed into something else entirely. Something possessive. Something dark. The change was subtle at first, like a shadow lengthening unnoticed. It was insidious, creeping into the corners of my life. The constant texting started, a stream of messages that never seemed to stop. Good morning, what are you doing? Who are you with? Thinking of you, miss you, where are you? They escalated quickly, from sweet check-ins to anxious demands. If I didn't reply immediately, the tone would shift. Concern turned into accusation, then veiled threats. He started showing up, uninvited, at my work during lunch, outside my yoga studio, at the restaurant where I was having dinner with friends. He always had an excuse, just in the neighborhood. Thought I'd surprise you. He maintained a facade of casualness, but his eyes held a different intensity. His actions weren't born of genuine care. They stemmed from a twisted sense of ownership, a distorted perception that my life belonged to him now. He felt entitled to my time, my attention, my very existence. I knew I had to end it. The suffocating weight of his presence was crushing me. I tried to talk to him, to explain that this wasn't healthy, that I needed space. He refused to listen. He wouldn't accept it. He pleaded, he cried, he raged. He told me I was making a mistake, that I belonged with him. I came home one evening to find a note tucked under my pillow. It wasn't a love letter. It was a declaration of possession, a chilling reminder that he saw me as his, regardless of what I wanted. I started taking precautions. I changed the locks on my apartment door. I deleted my social media accounts, trying to erase my digital footprint. Sleep became a luxury I couldn't afford. Every creak of the floorboards, every distant siren sent jolts of fear through me. I started sleeping with the light on. I contacted the police. I explained the constant messages, the uninvited appearances, the note. I told them I was scared. They listened patiently. They took notes. Then they told me they couldn't do anything. Not yet. They said his actions, while concerning, didn't meet the threshold for legal intervention. He hadn't physically harmed me. He hadn't explicitly threatened my life. I felt a wave of despair wash over me. The system designed to protect me was powerless until he did something. Until it was potentially too late. The frustration was a bitter pill to swallow. I was trapped in a legal limbo, waiting for the inevitable escalation. The night he broke in, the rain was falling again. It felt like a cruel echo of the day we met. I was home, trying to feel safe behind my newly changed locks. The sound was small at first, a faint scraping, then a louder snap. He was inside. My apartment, my sanctuary, was instantly transformed. It became a stage for my worst fears, a place of profound vulnerability. His presence filled the space. He had brought things with him. Music was playing softly, a song he knew I liked, and there, leaning against the wall, was the violet umbrella. He wasn't acting like a criminal. He was acting like a lover who had simply come home. His eyes held a terrifying delusion, a belief that I wanted this, that I was waiting for him. He spoke in desperate whispers, pleading with me to understand, to accept his love. He talked about our future as if it were a certainty, a path we were already walking together. His words were a twisted symphony of obsession and denial. Somehow, through the haze of terror, I managed to reach my phone. My fingers fumbled, but I dialed the number. I whispered my address, my voice trembling. The police arrived quickly. Adrian was taken away, his protests echoing down the hall. He was arrested and charged. A restraining order was issued, a piece of paper meant to keep him away, a legal barrier between his world and mine. His arrest, the charges, the order, they provided a temporary reprieve, a moment to breathe, to feel the absence of his immediate threat. But the emotional scars ran deep. Sleep offered no escape. My nights were filled with nightmares, replays of the violation, the fear. I tried to rebuild. I moved to a new apartment, hoping a change of location would help erase the memories. I changed jobs, seeking a fresh start away from familiar places. Months passed. The fear began to recede, replaced by a dull ache of trauma. I started to believe I might actually be safe. Then the package arrived. It was small, nondescript. There was no return address. Inside, carefully wrapped, was the violet umbrella, the same one from that rainy Tuesday, the same one he brought into my home that night. There was no note, nothing to explain why he sent it or how he knew where to send it. The silence was deafening. The umbrella wasn't just an object, it was a symbol, a chilling reminder that he was still out there, that he hadn't forgotten, that the threat might never truly disappear. It implied continued surveillance, a silent promise of his enduring presence in my life. My definition of love is forever altered. It is no longer just a feeling of warmth and connection. It is also a potential weapon, a tool for control, a source of profound fear. The experience has left an indelible mark, a constant vigilance, a lingering sense of dread that sits just beneath the surface. The chilling reality is that some shadows, once cast, never truly fade away. They simply wait in the periphery, a constant, silent threat.